Hello and welcome to another episode of Scott Reads Comics. Today I'm going to cover Dark Horse Presents number 148, featuring the Nevermen. The Nevermen were a group of pulpish heroes that were created by Phil LaMarr and Guy Davis in the late 1990s, early 2000s. This was actually published in 1999 by Dark Horse. This is where they debuted in the black and white Dark Horse Presents. So I'm going to cover that in this episode and talk a little bit about why I love the Nevermen. But also, moving forward, I'm going to do the subsequent two Dark Horse Presents issues featuring the Nevermen. And then, over time, I'll cover their 4-issue limited series. That was their sort of original debut in color. And then they had a subsequent 3-issue limited series, Streets of Blood, which I got as well. And that, I think, is all the Nevermen we've ever been treated to so far. Now, with Guy Davis working for Guillermo del Toro in Hollywood, I don't know if he's going to ever revisit these characters or what Phil LaMarr's status with them is either. I just love the Nevermen. They're super cool, sort of offbeat, pulp superhero characters. And we're going to dive in here. There are two other really good stories in this issue of Dark Horse Presents. I'm not going to read those for this episode, but they are cool. We'll page through them quickly at the end. But since this is the debut of the Nevermen as characters in Dark Horse, they actually lead off this issue of Dark Horse Presents. The Nevermen, Part 1, script by Phil LaMarr, art by Guy Davis, lettering by Steve Haney. Somewhere. Now, a sweet little number coming to you from the musical dispensary of KTKO. We have this shopkeeper here in this little shop. We have a great sort of, we're not sure what the era is, or even if this is our Earth, but it's definitely a 20s pulpish, 30s pulpish feel. The sign says closed. Take a hike, pal. You see this menacing figure enter. The Nevermen, Chapter 1, And the Night Sings. We were hoping you could make an exception. Shakedown, eh? You're not getting one sacred nickel. Come on, I got enough spice for you. How rude. And here we see, obviously, this guy's in this trench coat. The brilliance of Guy Davis's character design really comes through in these stories. Look at this character, totally amazing. And this is the kind of stuff he did regularly, too, when he was doing Sandman Mystery Theater. Just a fantastic artist. And caught the attention of Guillermo del Toro when he was working on the Hellboy, the various Hellboy series that he did as well in BPRD, I believe. How rude. Son of a crack. Smap. Mr. Match. Yes, Professor? We're having a party. Would you light the candles? So this other fellow isn't just a normal guy either. He's a pyrokinetic. Oh, yes. So the whole room goes up in flame, and this poor shopkeeper watches his whole life pass before his eyes as his shop is just destroyed in the conflagration. He manages to get out. No, it can't be. You. Meanwhile, someone's getting beat up here. Enough. Yeah. Off with it. Another brilliant character design here. These are not your conventional crooks and gangsters that the Nevermen are up against. And here's our first look at one of the Nevermen here getting worked over pretty well. I love the goggles. It's part of the whole look. It just creates a mystique for these characters. And they are literally going to behead him. But again, under that trench coat is more than what appears. Rip. Here he is busting out. Find him. A name. A clue. This goes all the way to the top. And they're being watched. Fascinating, yes. This is another interesting character here that we're going to meet later. And we can see these fantastic Gothic cityscapes here created by Davis. And the Nethermen look incredible in black and white. They look even better in color. On the outskirts of the city. That's quite close enough. Step away from Sully, murderist. very slowly. And you know what? If he's dead at your hands, you'll be joining him directly. So here we have that figure who met the shopkeeper outside of his burning restaurant, and he is this character called the Murderess, and he has a history with the Nevermen that we're going to find out about in the next installment, Chapter 2, Never Again. So again, here's a shot of another of the Nevermen. There are multiple of these guys, and they sort of have the same look because they wear the exact same uniform. It's pretty cool. So that was our first look at the Nevermen. And I'll quickly just page through what else, because this is really if you find this in a dollar bin, I got these all on a very tidy eBay auction. I haven't been able to come across many of the Nevermen in dollar bins, but I ended up paying just about $1.50 each for these as a lot, which was really nice. Here we have a great Xena story. I was a sucker for Hercules and Xena. Back in the 90s. But yeah, this is great art by Mike Deodato. A very cool, like, sword and sandal style action here. Really well rendered. Very beautiful fantasy action here. And reading through this, it was very true to the series. The characterizations of all the characters followed with the series that I remembered. We have a little letters page. And then we get this story of this character, Ragnarok, drawn by Ryan Sook. So, I mean, this is a real banger of an issue with just 3 tremendous art talents, one after the other. Very cool. I didn't regularly purchase Dark Horse Presents when it was coming out. I probably should have. Because I was missing out on a lot of good stuff. Like, originally, when I first encountered the Nevermen, it was in that first color 4-issue miniseries. So I had never read these issues prior to picking up that series in 1999, 2000. Very nice artwork here by Ryan Sook. So yeah, quick one today. That was our read-through of Dark Horse Presents number 148, featuring the first ever appearance of the Nevermen. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like and subscribe, tell your friends, and I'll bring you more soon on Scott Reads Comics. Thanks for watching.